Well, hello there. Over the next few minutes, we're going to talk about a funding proposal process because getting funding to start or grow a business should not be difficult. We're going to show you a simple, proven process that we can access the capital that you need to start or grow a business. Now, this slide may seem a little busy, but what we're going to do is break this down into three simple steps. Get a free funding proposal, number one. Number two, building out the fundability of your business. And then number three, qualifying for large business funding amounts. So on that first column, under getting a free funding proposal, we can get one on fundingproposal.org. And frankly, there's also a link to that on our nonprofit website, 509pacific.org. But we need to start with this so we can get your data set to start working on the file, fundingproposal.org. Of course, through this process, there's no out-of-pocket cost to get funding offers. We believe that people would rather pay off of results versus promises. So it's not a free process, but you simply pay after funding rather than before. We'll be able to generate offers for you without any hard inquiry, so it's not going to jack up your credit. The great thing is we have lots of different lenders, and some of them are not credit dependent. So everyone will be approved. Everyone will receive at least one offer through the process. From that, most people will get many offers. You'll be able to pick those that you want and decline those that you don't want. We call this the first tranche, the upfront, the immediate funding, and it can be available as soon as next day. And even if it's not next day, it's very quick, within just a couple of days at most. And then this provides that initial influx of capital, provides liquidity for the business. Then we can move forward into step two, building your business's fundability. The underlying rule that you should remember is if we want business funding, we need to have a fundable business. We can't skip that step. We need to have a fundable business if we want business funding. So we have a team of attorneys and paralegals that are going to work with each grant participant to help them legally and ethically build out a fundable business. And again, the whole process is designed to be at with no out-of-pocket cost. When you think about business fundability, think of the three C's: credit, collateral, and capacity. Capacity sometimes is referred to as cash flow. That's how a business on paper looks fundable, and that's what we do. So, first of all, we're going to help add trade lines if needed to the business so it has a strong business credit profile. And if the business owner's personal credit isn't strong, which doesn't matter for some types of funding, but if the personal credit's an issue, then we have a free credit sweep to help with that as well. So that's the first C. The second is we transfer collateral to put onto the business's balance sheet. So that way it looks strong on paper and has collateral to pledge. And then thirdly, we help liquidate that collateral in the form of accounts receivables to create daily bank deposits. So this is kind of the secret sauce. We don't just talk about getting funding. We literally are building legally and ethically a fundable business. Now you might ask, what if you don't have a business yet? Well, we can provide you a shelf corp, or we can use an existing business if you have one that you want to use. So that takes us over to the third and final step. So now we want to qualify for business funding based upon starting where you're at, building out the fundability of the business, either yours or the shelf corp, and then we want to proceed to funding, of course. Our model is different. We work with you to identify how much funding are you looking for, what are you going to use it for, called the use of funds, like your shopping list, and then we build out the loan package to support that. Lots of different funding options, some of which you may be familiar with, some you may not be, but we'll match to the right type of funding based upon your wants, needs, and mitigating circumstances. Again, we're going to go through the process and it's designed to have no out-of-pocket cost, and we guarantee the results. There's no risk to you. You might ask, well, that sounds great, but why would you want to work with us? Now, understand, we're not a lender. If you already have a fundable business, you already have the three C's, you already have the documentation in place, you should go directly to the bank. But most people don't have that in place. And that's where we come into play, called a technical advisor. So our process is administered through a grant received through our 501c3 nonprofit. We are credible. We're licensed, bonded, and insured. So you know we're going to do what we promise. It is a legal-based model using attorneys and paralegals. We're very different than what else is out there. Again, normally what happens is people either get approved or declined based upon their current status. Well, we get them funding based upon their current status, what I referred to earlier as the first tranche, but then work with them over the next couple of weeks to build out the business. Theirs are us providing a shelf corp, so they literally qualify legally and ethically for the capital raise they desire. So we don't restrict anyone. Anyone can participate. There's no minimum credit scores, obviously no minimum time in business. We're able to get that first tranche nearly immediately, and everyone will get at least one offer. And then we're going to build out that fundable business by addressing the three C's: credit, collateral, and capacity. Our model is not based upon advance fees. Instead, we are paid a 10% performance fee after you receive funding. And that's what people like. They want to pay off of results, not off of promises. And again, it's built as a very flexible model whereby you're going to let us know how much funding you want, what you need it for, so we can build the package and match to the right lender. Again, three simple steps to get business funding. We need to start with the funding proposal. You can get that on 509pacific.org or on fundingproposal.org, as I've stated before. This is where we need to start. This is how you get into the system. This is how we create a relationship. On 509pacific.org, you'll also find success stories. You'll find trainings that talk about our key funding partners, loan terms, interest rates, a lot of details that you can dig into if you wish, or if you're ready just to move forward, just simply complete the funding proposal and then we'll move forward. We also do have an affiliate program, optional. It's not MLM, not network marketing, but if you ever run into anyone that's looking for funding, you can refer them, and our affiliate program pays out a 5-point payout. In other words, 5% of each referred client's capital raise. So that's step one. Step two now is one of our legal teams going to reach out to you. Real person, real phone call, explain the offers that you have from that first tranche and help you get that first round of financing right away. Immediate results. You're going to get that normally in 1 to 3 days. It should never be more than 3 to 5 days, just depending upon the lender that you choose. Then thirdly, now you've got that first tranche. Then you're going to switch over and work with our funding advisory team. Most of us came from the SBA. We used to work for the SBA. And now we're going to build out your loan package and get the business ready for that large capital raise. So we're going to make sure legally and ethically you have a fundable business to qualify. As needed, we can help you with the three C's. So if you have a collateral shortfall, we can provide collateral. If your business credit profile is not strong, we can add trade lines. If your bank statements and P&L is not strong, we can legally and ethically add bank deposits. All these things to look good on paper to qualify for funding. Also, we have some innovative lender relationships that are different than you may be aware of. And so also on 509pacific.org, we highlight 3 of those. So with that being said, we're ready to assist you. If you're ready for funding, go ahead and fill out that funding proposal. We'll get the process started. No upfront cost, guaranteed results. Thank you so much, and we look forward to working with you. Bye-bye.